Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marcello Currents reign back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-America all day. So, this video is basically going to be about the age of consent in Jamaica. The age of consent in Jamaica. So, the age of consent in Jamaica is 16. That's the age of consent in Jamaica. And that's the main island, the whole island. That's the age of consent. It's 16. Now, as you know, as far as my campaign and what I believe my campaign here in America is exposing that the age of consent is under 18 in 40 states, right? We established that someone that is a fully grown man, whether that's 18 and up, having sex with someone that's under 18 is having sex with the vagina of a child. There's no such thing as a hybrid age. If you are either an adult or a child, that's it. So what kind of man would I be not to apply this to uh to everyone? This perspective to everyone. Okay, and especially uh I feel the need to show the Americans that hold these certain places in a high esteem and endearment, like they're holy meccas. Like a lot of, and keeping it 100, a lot of African Americans treat Jamaica like it's a holy mecca. Right or wrong, guys? Am I being 100? It's like this holy sacred place. Well, why people feel that way, the age of consent is at 16 down there in Jamaica, which means fully grown men, and you know they have been, because it's like a paradise place. You know, fully grown men can have sex with 16-year-old girls. So what do you think the people that are visiting Jamaica is doing? That's a 7. Not just the locals. Let's talk about the people that come there from all over the world. These rich and wealthy people that come from all over the world to go to Jamaica. What do you think they're doing to the 16-year-old girls there? Oh, you think they're not taking advantage of that? You think there's no men that are taking advantage of the age of consent being at 16 years old in Jamaica? You don't think nobody's taking advantage of that? It's just my imagination that people are taking advantage of these laws. See, this is the revolution, guys. We have to understand that we've sophisticated everything but our perspective towards children. We've sophisticated our cars. We've sophisticated um, we've sophisticated everything. We've sophisticated all the things that we have: TVs, shoes, clothes. We've sophisticated everything. Not to even mention the internet. Okay, so we've sophisticated everything. So this is not coming from a malicious place. You know the place that it's coming from? The place that it's coming from is to show people the true image of what they have been holding in true high esteem. And if it's pure and holy or it's good, I have no problem with them holding it in high self-esteem or high esteem, I mean. If they're holding something that is good and pure and high esteem, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is when people hold something in high esteem, a location, a type of people, or anything in high self-esteem or high esteem, if you will. And it's not the truth. It's not actually as you think it is. That's what I'm saying. If it's not how you think it is, or how it really is, or how people perceive it to be, I feel it's necessary to show people how it really is. Because like I said, in the African American culture, even in the American culture, people hold Jamaica in as if it's a holy Mecca, as if it's some uh holy place, the people there are holy. The vibration is holy, and it's only good vibes. And I know that it's parts of Jamaica that is rough and tough, and everybody knows that part too. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. People that go there and visit, they say, well, this place is nothing like America, and they have it together, and the vibration is great and good, and that's good. I'm pretty sure there's a decent vibration there, right? Overall, right? I'm not disputing that. I am talking about how particularly the Americans esteem this place as this holy Mecca. You see what I'm going with this? But I'm showing them, okay, all the places that you hold in this high esteem, like as if it's so righteous, like it's almost righteous, right? That part, that's a 7. I'm showing them the age of consent is at 16 in Jamaica, which means fully grown men, whether they be the locals or people on the outside, they can have sex with 16-year-old girls in Jamaica. Now, as I established, and I can't stress this enough, and I'm not going to be able to ever stress it enough, it's almost inexhaustible. It is inexhaustible, actually. Someone that's under 18 has a child's brain, a child's physique, a child's body, a child's vagina, a child's penis. Now, here's the other punchline. The women that go to Jamaica, you know where I'm going with this? The women that go to Jamaica, the ones like Angela Bassett on How I Got My Groove Back, Stella. The Stellas of the world. You know, the Stellas going down to Jamaica, getting their groove on with these guys in Jamaica. And there ain't no hate. You know what I'm saying? I promise you it's no hate. But I gotta keep it a buck. So they going down there and they're able to have sex with 16-year-old Jamaican boys. Now let's keep it 100. You don't think no women all over the world, all these different women, I ain't even talking about just, now come on now, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real now. Let's keep it real. The age of consent is 16. Most Jamaican males by 16, let's keep it 100. They're endowed physically and they're endowed in the area of their genitals. And they're endowed probably sexually. And you think all the women of the world have not went over there and had sex with 16-year-old boys and then go complain back where they come from about pedophilia? You lying to yourself if you think these women have not had sex with the Jamaican 16-year-old boys down there. Because it's no secret, it's no kept secret that Jamaican men are endowed. Come on now. Come on now. You don't want to be 100. This is the 100 channel. This is the 100 channel. So you telling me the age of consent is at 16 years old now. That's for men, boys, and girls. That means anyone there can have sex with anyone that's 16 and up. You don't think these women are taking advantage of that law all over the world? I ain't talking about, maybe you as an American, you might not do it, but you can't speak for the whole world. All these people coming from around the world, all these different cultures and that don't acknowledge 18 as the proper age for sex. You can't speak for all of these countries. Jamaican Jamaica is a place that everybody go to. All over the world. And you telling me that some of these women that do their research and realize before they get there, especially these days, you can Google it and all that, you don't think they going there and messing with the 16-year-old guys that seem to be mature? You know the type, the ones that wear the leather jacket. You don't think they doing that? You lying to yourself. You ain't lying to me, you lying to yourself. I'm trying to show you that all these pictures that you've been painting culturally and all the things that you've been saying about pedophiles and all of that, we're going to open the whole book all over the world. We're going to do this. You don't start no wars like this. And this is not for the Jamaicans. This is for the Americans. You don't start no wars like this. And the whole book is not open around the world. That's a 7. Well, you open a whole can of worms. Talking about pedophilia, talking about who's doing this and who's doing that. You caused everybody to be under the magnifying glass. Even Jamaica. It's all your fault. Because listen, to be honest with you, my mind wasn't on it. But when you try to come after Christians and you try to come after people like me talking about questioning our sexuality, questioning what we do behind our bedroom and behind the doors of our bedroom, then what is I supposed to do? I'm going to show you how it really is. That's a 7 out. Yeah, I'm going to show you how it really is then. And see what you think about it when I get done. Now you see my logic? They want to talk about somebody's sexuality and see what people do and don't do. Well, let's talk about what's really going on all over the world. Anybody got a problem with that? Nobody should have a problem. For all the righteous men, no one should have a problem with the truth. Huh? And to be honest with you, even if it's coming from your enemies, you should not have a problem with the truth. In fact, one of the highest levels of being educated is being able to take the truth from your enemies. Because they are looking at you with a negative eye, with a critical eye, and they can see stuff that you haven't seen or that you may have not paid attention to. So your enemies can make you better in that sense. If you have that perspective of becoming better. So if I'm telling you the truth, you can only become better. That's a 7. Huh? And that's why you got to be careful with playing with truth tellers. Because all in all, the truth can't do nothing but make you better. Right or wrong? Right or wrong, guys? Yeah, so the only people that got a problem with the truth are biased fans of this, fans of America, fans of Jamaica, fans of white people, fans of black people. You are fans. That's a 7. And I'm a truth teller. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Not half truth and whole lies. We ain't talking about that. Ow, that's a 7. We talking about the whole truth. And the whole truth of the matter is, a lot of countries around the world ain't doing it right when it comes to sexuality with children. You wanted to listen, you started something. These Americans started something, man. You know what I'm saying? So the next time you go to Jamaica, keep that in mind, partner. The age of consent is at 16 years old, which means anybody there, whether they be locals, whether they be tourists, can have sex with 16-year-old girls and boys. Now, who are you to say they're not doing it? Who are you to speak for everybody on the island? That's a 7. Who are you to speak for all these people that go there? Well, they're not doing that. How you know? How you know what they're doing in these motels and running around through the streets of Jamaica? You don't know. It's not one neighborhood, you know. I know that, and I ain't been there. It's not one neighborhood. So who are you to say what they're doing and not doing down there? When the age of consent is at 16. So see, I done put you at a crossroads, America. And for all the culture here, I done put you at a crossroads. You either believe that it's correct to be with someone that's under 18 or you don't. Yeah, the rubber's meeting the road now, big baby. When I tell you that Jamaica got the age of consent at 16, the rubber is meeting the road. The rubber is meeting the road. And you can play the popular game and try to make me the oddball, and you can try to gang up against me as the popular people. But the bottom line is I got the truth and you don't, buddy. I'm working with truth over here, and what you working with? Popularity? How long can popularity fight against the truth? How long can money fight against the truth when the sky is falling already anyway? When the sky is falling already anyway, how long can money and popularity work against the truth? Not too much longer, buddy. Not too much longer, baby. Truth is consuming the whole world now. What is done in darkness has to come to the light. And who you mad at? Like I tell people, you mad at me or yourself? Who you mad at, me or yourself? Who you mad at, me or America? America has 44 states with child marriage. I'm sure many Jamaicans don't even know that. Many Jamaicans like to come here too. They want to see what it looks like. They want to see what New York is like. They want to see what Los Angeles is like, Miami. Well, you need to know that they have child marriage in 44 states in America. That means in 44 out of 50 states, there's 50 states here. Out of those 50 states, 44 states allows men to marry children. Now, here's the thing. Some people will say, well, it's with parental consent. The parents have to sign off on it. Look, we got that beat too. You know how we got that beat? It should not be an option for fully grown men at all to marry children. That's how we got that beat. You're still making it an option. We don't care if it's with parental consent or not. We beating that. You have made it an option. And what we're saying is we don't need the American government or any politicians any longer to try to be politicians and lawmakers any longer. We don't need them to make it right. Some people say, well, we'll make it right in time. No. We'll need you to make it right in time. You've done enough. We're asking for these politicians. This is the revolution. We're asking for these politicians and lawmakers to resign as a likeness and brand that they call America. Because, see, what people don't know is half of the Americans still don't know this. As of November 18th, 2022, most Americans and famous people in America do not know that it's 44 states with child marriage. But yet they running around. See, here's the problem. They running around witch hunting people, playing psychological games. I don't care who it is. As long as they got a social security number in America, they are Americans, and we're holding them liable. Well, you should have handled your people. That's how we look at it. We got law enforcement everywhere. We got technology everywhere. You got methods to slow people down that do crazy stuff everywhere. So why you ain't stop them and slow them down? Nah, I think it's time. I think it's time to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So we don't care who it is, because people sit back and say, well, it's them. Well, I'm pretty sure you got involved, didn't you? Some of your American citizens have got involved with gang stalking and taking money from secret societies to gang stalk people, particularly Christians. So your American community is not innocent any longer because they took money from the American secret societies, the Freemasons and the Illuminati. Either one of them they took money from. I've already received intelligence about it. It's not my imagination. I've already received intelligence from people, from a certain particular person, that you are giving out gift cards for people to gang stalk people. For you to gang stalk. Right here in New York City. Right here in Queens, they've been doing it. Giving out gift cards. Secret society giving out gift cards to people to gang stalk Christians and good people. This is who they target. So I just wanted you to know. I just wanted your country to know, while you sitting back and you think you're innocent, we ain't gonna play that game. If you didn't get involved and you didn't do something about your people, then what do you expect to happen? When you're, not only are the secret societies involved in psychological pedophilia entrapment operations, it's also your American community. So guess what happens here? Guess what's going to happen? Everybody is liable because of the secret societies and the portions of the American community that got involved by taking their money. They took their money. Okay? You can't speak. You got to speak for yourself. If you say, well, it ain't everybody, speak for yourself. Because it has been enough people involved for you all to be liable now. That's a 7. That's all I got. That's the best way to put it. Rewind that and listen to it again if you need to. Now, another thing I'm going to go over is in the island of Jamaica in 1988, what happened? Before 1988 in Jamaica, the age of consent was 14 years old. I'm pretty sure the old school Jamaicans know that. They know this. I'm pretty sure the older generations are very aware of this there. Before 1988, that's 1988, 1988. Before 1988 in Jamaica, the age of consent was at 14 years old. That means fully grown men from all over the world. Can you imagine what happened? Can you imagine? Just use your brain in real time, thinking about real time. Can you imagine what happened? Now let's stop right here for just a little minute. Now, you know, before 1988, that was the time Michael Jackson was doing what he was doing, and Eddie Murphy, Mike Tyson here in America. This was a lively time before 1988, you know. 1987 and on back, you had the 70s, the 60s, all those rock stars and all those people. You know they was going to Jamaica soon as they got money. Soon as they got money as rock stars, where do you think these people went in the 60s and 70s here in America? Straight to Jamaica. In the age of consent in the 1960s, in the 1970s, and most of the 1980s, was at 14 years old. You don't think nobody was messing with those Jamaican girls? This is why they changed it. They changed it in 1988. Now think about 1988. Think about that year now. All these rock stars, all these people coming from America. Remember, this is like a tourist destination with even famous people coming and making it more of a perverse situation. You know, everybody want to do stuff when famous people come around. So you don't think none of these famous people back in those times was enchanting These 14-year-old girls, keep in mind, Jamaican women or females are very voluptuous. Oh, you don't think I come on, man. Come on. They're very voluptuous. So you don't think they were messing with any of these 14-year-old girls when they were already showing signs of being developed? See, this is the game you don't want to play, America. This is the game you don't want to play. You don't want to sit here and go tit for tat about what's going on concerning children in this country, in this world, for that matter. You don't want to play this game. You don't want to keep playing with us. Before 1988, men could have sex with 14-year-old girls in Jamaica. And I suspect people from all over the world were coming and having sex with those 14-year-old girls. You telling me I'm lying? When you can't, you don't know what can happen there. You can't speak for what happens there. But I can use common sense and know humanity and know how nasty men are, and knowing that if it's the law and they won't be locked up, I can use my mind and put two and two together. Why you just assuming people don't use these laws to their advantage? Why you are just assuming that? It's bad. It's safer to assume that they are taking advantage of it. Right or wrong, guys? It's safer to assume that they are taking advantage of it. If it's the law and they won't be locked up, but you want to say nobody ain't doing it. Nasty as men are. There's one destination spot everybody going to. And you telling me they ain't taking advantage of that? They ain't thinking about and checking with the locals and see what it is. The locals are probably telling them what it is. That part. Oh, you don't think? Come on, man. Use your brain. Everybody's not like you. Some people looking to get paid. You don't know what was going on. You don't know if pimping was going on down there. Who are you to even say it wasn't? And you got all these cheerers down there. You are naive. And you was naive when you first started playing with me, buddy. I tell you that. So I'm gonna show you something. This is what I got. This information I got. In 1988, the Houses of Parliament raised the age of consent for girls from 14 to 16 years, and so it remains today. Now that's for Jamaica. The Houses of Parliament, I'm guessing that's their government, raised the age of consent for girls from 14 to 16, and so it remains today. Well, that's still not 18. So if you're raising it, why don't you just raise it to 18? I mean, it's only 2 years difference. Right or wrong, guys? It's only 2 years difference. I know you hate the truth. That's the problem. You don't hate me, you hate the truth, buddy. Look, I didn't make it up. It ain't my fault. Hey, is it my fault? I got something to do with that. I enchanted them to do that when I was 7 years old. Well, 1988, they had the opportunity to change it to 18 in Jamaica, and they didn't. They went into turned it. They took it up a notch to 16, still under the age of 18. I guess nobody was having the fact that. I guess nobody was having a law that would stop all these tourists and all these people from messing with these underage girls. I guess they couldn't get rid of it altogether, now could they? They couldn't get rid of the mentality altogether. That's a 7-hour boom. They couldn't get rid of the mentality altogether. It's the truth for everywhere in the world. You can't get rid of this mentality of people going around messing with these underage girls. But you want to play you new age people and kids included. Let me help you with something. You want to play catch the pedophiles. But let me help you. Let me help you understand something, little buddy. Let me help you understand something, little buddy, little bruh. People are never going to get rid of this mentality. They're not getting rid of it. Better to say, little buddy, they're not getting rid of this mentality. You trying your best, but they're not getting rid of this mentality. Cops are guilty. The government of America is guilty with 44 states with child marriage. And here you are out here trying to call yourself catching pedophiles. I've seen them before. They set up fake little accounts online thinking that this society of pedophiles is some secret little dark sketchy people that hides in the bushes. Well, 44 states married children ain't hiding in the bushes now, is it, buddy? The age of consent under 18 in 40 states. In 40 states in America ain't hiding under the bush, little buddy. Jamaica got the age of consent at 16 years old. That's still a child. They ain't hiding the little buddy. Yeah, that's for all you little vigilantes. Recognize, buddy. Yeah, that's what you play with, a fully grown man that is educated while you're uneducated. Go get your education, bro. All you little kids, go get your education, okay?